Welcome back to another video. I'm in a different environment. I'm at my mom's job again. I love coming here to just focus in on things that I need to focus in on, get some work done, and be able to concentrate without any distractions. And it's always good for your brain to get a different environment and different scenery. So I love coming here for that. Plus, my mom is always bringing me snacks and stuff. So that's a plus. I'm sitting here working on my first milestone project that I have for the program I'm in that I told you guys about, Data in Motion. And I'm working on a box plot right now. And I have a mentor call scheduled in about 2 hours. And so remembering that, it just made me think about all the ways that having a mentorship is beneficial and how powerful it can be to have someone that you can go to when you're working on stuff like this or just throughout your career in general. I was working on this same project the other day, and every Monday, the owner of the program, Kedeisha, that I told you guys about, she reaches out to us and she asks, "Hey, how's everything going?" She just kind of checks in to see where you're at. And I took a picture. I took my phone and took a picture of my screen, and I said, "Working on my first milestone project as we speak." And from that picture, I didn't purposely like try to line it up or anything or like show her the charts, but she was able to look at the charts in the picture and say, "Hey, you're doing really, really good, but there's one chart on there that's not the right chart to choose for the specific problem that I was working on with that chart." So having that immediate feedback instead of like doing this stuff by myself, like I was when I was going through the web development stuff, it's always good to just have that immediate feedback and kind of be able to visit those things right away while the information you just learned to do this is fresh. Because I was able to get that early feedback, I was able to schedule a mentor call to specifically focus on the project and get more feedback on it as I get through it. And I needed to schedule a mentor call anyway because it's been a while since I've had one. But again, it just made me realize like how powerful being able to do that really is. Because before, when I was doing web development by myself, I'm all alone. I don't have anybody to really reach out to. I'm learning everything on my own. There was one time where I was struggling with something and I just put it on my Instagram story, and one of my friends on there just happened to see it and happened to want to help me. So I was able to upload my code to GitHub, and she went through it and found the bug that I was working on for hours, and I was able to resolve it. But had I had that person to like, I know I can go to this person and ask them, I don't know, it's just a game changer because not only does it save time, but it kind of gives you this, in my opinion, in my experience, I feel like you get more confidence that way too because you're getting direct insight on what it is that you're working on. I also have told you guys this before, but I got my first role in tech from basically having a mentor. I was going to meetups with my little laptop that was on its last leg, that I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning doing projects on. I would go to these meetups and be around all these amazing women who were in the positions that I was trying to get into with software engineering, web development. There were a lot of designers. There were just so many incredible women just doing their thing. And I would go, I would ask questions, I would show my projects, I would get feedback, I would take that stuff home and come back the next time and show them what I did. And that alone caught the eye of one of the women who was going there, and she became my first employer for the tech industry. She set me up in a way that I now know like she was really trying to just give me a really good kickstart into the tech industry. And she became basically my mentor, which was very invaluable because through that I was able to get my first government job. I got a clearance through that job, and I was able to put a lot of different things on my resume for from that job and from that situation of having this mentor to kind of tell me like, "Hey, let's do this or let's do that, or you should work on this," and then we can put that, on your portfolio or whatever it is that I needed to do. I would always hear, even before I got into tech, about how valuable a mentor is. And I would always kind of brush it off like, why do I need this one person that I can talk to about stuff? Like, I've been figuring it out my own. But honestly, it's really different when you have that person who has been where you're trying to get and they already know the lay of the land and they can kind of give you these little gems whenever you need them. I mean, with the respect of their time, but it's literally just something that I never saw the true value in until I got into the situation myself. And we always hear like you should never be like the smartest person in the room, if that makes sense. Like you should always seek people who are smarter than you and also have people that you are able to teach. And I think that is so true. Like you should always be wanting to elevate and learn and seek knowledge from people who have been in those situations already and know a little bit more than you, and be receptive to, being able to take in that information to apply it to whatever it is that you're going into next. And shout out to Shay in the Cloud. I love her platform and what she's done. She's somebody else that I specifically heard talk about a mentor. She is, if you don't know who she is, I don't know how, but she is a dope woman in tech, and she taught herself how to become a cloud engineer. And she talked about how early on she had a mentor, and that really helped the trajectory of her getting her first role and all those things. She told her whole story. It's amazing. I highly recommend checking her out if you haven't. I think she works for Google now, and I know she was trying to become a developer advocate, and I think her role is something related, but I'm not sure exactly what the title is because it's not actual developer advocate, but I think it's the same thing. So anyway, she also, like I said, mentioned the importance of a mentor and being able to have somebody to guide you through whatever it is that you're working on. So even if you don't have a mentor right now, I highly recommend finding your community of people that are already doing the things that you're wanting to do, or that are trying to get there as well. And you guys might be at the same stage within the journey that you're on, and you can understand what each other is going through. You can give each other feedback. It's like peer reviews and things like that, especially if you are a self-taught learner, which I think a lot of people who watch my content, they are going the self-taught route or some type of non-traditional route. I highly recommend finding community and being able to have that core space where you can reach out to someone to get the answers that you need and get the help you need, but also provide the value that you have, because as you learn, you're gaining knowledge, and you have to provide that value as well and show what it is that you learn and show what it is that you are working on, and especially in today's climate. So I highly recommend finding that person or those group of people that you can go to throughout your journey of learning or being already in your career that you can get that value from. But like I said, also give the value to. And it also helps with accountability and keeping you on track, especially in those moments of imposter syndrome and you feel like giving up. You have somebody in your corner to say, no, keep going, because this is just temporary. Eventually, you will get the hang of it. You just got to see it through and get to that destination that you set out for yourself. Let me know your experience with having a mentor. Do you find it beneficial? What were the benefits of having that person that you could just go to throughout whatever journey you were on? You guys know I always have details in the description box below. So if you're interested in getting into data analytics and you're interested in the program that I decided to invest in, I'll have it linked in the description box below. I really enjoyed this little style of video where I felt like I was talking to a friend, so I might do more of these in the future. But as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. You know that, and I'll see you in the next one.